Hello everyone and welcome to the Weather Centre on this Friday. There are still a couple of cold fronts affecting South Africa today, and although it's going to be quite a bit cooler through the central parts, we're expecting it to be mainly clear and dry once again. Along the south coast, another cold front is going to push up, affecting the area, and that's going to keep things quite cloudy and continue to bring a few showers to the area. While along the east coast, we're expecting moist air to start pushing in from the Indian Ocean later. That's going to result in progressively more cloudy conditions as the day goes on, and later on, chances for rainfall will spread across KwaZulu-Natal into the Lowveld as well as the adjacent escarpment. Now, the rainfall probability map reflects this, with a good chance of rain along the east coast and the adjacent interior, spreading far into KwaZulu-Natal by this evening, as well as up that eastern escarpment and into the Lowveld. A couple of thunder showers possible for parts of Limpopo, although very isolated, and we're still expecting a couple of showers from Port Elizabeth through to Cape Agulhas around the peninsula, and perhaps even as far north as Langebaan along the west coast. The South African Weather Service is issuing a warning for today for high seas, which are expected between Mossel Bay and Port St. John's, but we are expecting these conditions to start moderating from the west as the afternoon goes on. Let's move ahead now to the maximum temperatures for today, and it's going to remain hot in Limpopo ahead of the cooler air, 29 degrees for Polokwane, and even hotter than that, especially over the western bushveld. Temperatures are expected to be milder today over Gauteng, 24 degrees for Johannesburg, similar temperatures along the east coast, while towards the southern interior of South Africa, quite a cold afternoon in the forecast, 17 for De Aar and Graafrenet, and a maximum of only 13 into Sutherland. Your detailed coastal forecast now, and it's going to become very windy around Alexander Bay this afternoon. Southeasterly winds up to 45 kilometers per hour, while a light southwester has been forecast for Langebaan. We're also expecting light winds around the peninsula, and winds will be fresh at first for Hermanus and Cape Agulhas, but those winds will gradually moderate later in the day. Swells quite high with an average open ocean height of about 4 meters. Now, along the south coast, we are expecting those high seas, average wave heights at about 5 meters for most areas, but even higher than that around Port Elizabeth and Jeffreys Bay, thanks to the strong winds across those areas, resulting in very choppy sea conditions. And finally, along the eastern coastline of the country, we're expecting southerly to southwesterly winds, strong at times around East London. Swells over this area, on the other hand, remaining fairly low, between 2 and 2.5 meters. That's all from the Weather Centre. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.